In this video, I'm going to break down Fight Song and dive deep into its lore. However, there will be spoilers for the manga and novel. So, with that out the way, let's dive right in. In Fight Song, we see the continuation of the story from How to Devour Life, in which the main characters, Toby and Noppo, capture a headless dragon that was wreaking havoc on the city. It's later revealed in Fight Song that the dragon has reincarnated into a young girl named Ryuko. Toby sees himself in Ryuko as a child who is alone and decides to take her with him. Just like how Noppo was there for Toby, Toby was going to be there for the girl. Previously in How to Devour Life, Toby was searching for this one-eyed creature named Hitotsume before having to deal with the headless dragon that broke free. According to the novel, Hitotsume was the one who gave Noppo to Toby, and this was the last thing Toby saw before his brother, Saki Otogiri, disappeared. The brother is more widely known as the protagonist of Tokyo Ghetto, and seemed to have influenced Toby's tendency to want to smoke, but Noppo says nope to that. Believing Hitotsume may have some leads to his brother, he inquires a policeman if he's seen Hitotsume, and the policeman's scared reaction suggests that he doesn't want to be involved in Toby's search, implying that Hitotsume is something to be feared. And honestly, I would be afraid of this guy too, considering how he likes to walk up to people and pull their guts out. You don't want to mess with this guy. While Toby is continuing his search, Akumaku is trying to retrieve Ryuko, using his zombie henchmen which were created from corpses. They're represented by the red chess pieces and are already surrounding Ryuko. However, Akumaku doesn't know that she's with Toby, since he only places a white chess piece on the board, which conveniently transitions to the two of them walking on tiles that look very similar to a chessboard. They come across a crowd that are protesting against the dragon, and it seems Akumaku is fanning the flames with his minions, demonstrating their hatred towards the dragon. But why do the creatures of Tokyo's underground hate the dragon? If you can recall, not only did the dragon wreak havoc on the city, but it also took the lives of many in Tokyo's underground, causing the citizens to hate the dragon. This hatred favours Akumaku and the other leaders, as no one would object to them taking over the dragon's place. And not only this, but the underground coliseum will make more money if they attract a larger audience who will no doubt want to see the dragon lose in a fight. Akumaku loves Ryuko, but only as a tool for his personal gain. And unfortunately for Toby, he unknowingly passes by 3 of Akumaku's minions, a corpse cleaner and 2 henchmen. These henchmen likely reported Ryuko's location to Akumaku before she was kidnapped and forced to fight against this little creature that totally won't have the advantage and morph into a giant spider cow. Oh, well, would you look at that? But not to worry, Toby comes to the rescue, smashing the cow's mask, causing it to run away. Oh wait, it's dead. Either way, the show must go on and the zombies try to fight Toby but die. Again. You might have noticed that Toby aims for the masks, and that's because Akumaku controls his minions through them. And it's not only the dead that are controlled by the masks, but some can be brainwashed with the masks too. The guards, however, seem to have free will. They've either chosen to follow Akumaku or were deceived into it. They're called the Akabeku team, which refers to a legendary Japanese cow. After Toby defeated Akumaku's minions, it captured his attention and he cons Toby. Cool. JK, he bows and plays it off cool. Toby slips away with Ryuko and breaks into their base. However, they're clearly surrounded and get captured, which makes me think going into a base full of minions was kind of a dumb move, when they could have just run away. But I guess this wouldn't be Fight Song without its fights. Akumaku now forces Toby to be the one that's fighting, as interfering with the fight caused the crowd to turn on him. His first opponent is Mr. Dollar, and as the name suggests, he loves money. He fights using brass knuckles made from jewels, but Toby is too quick to land a punch, so he pulls out a gun. Failing that, Montamam tries to give a hand, turning her fingertips into knives. Toby might not know how to use a fork, but he sure knows how to take care of a few knives. PB appears only to get the Denji kick and smacked by his own gun because Toby doesn't know how to shoot, which is only more embarrassing for PB, but not as embarrassing as the elephant in the room who doesn't do anything but smoke in the background. Akamaku knows the crowd will want to see Toby lose, so when Gozu was up to fight Toby, he rigged the fight by using Mr. Creepypasta to attack Toby mentally if he was winning against Gozu. That's a little dirty, Akamaku. However, Akamaku didn't have to do this, as he was already struggling to fight Gozu, who happens to be the #1 fighter of this underground coliseum. While Toby suffers, Ryuko remembers her own suffering, and this overlap between them is nothing new, as it's a continuation from How to Devour Life. Ryuko's past reveals that the dragon died at the hands of Akamaku and the others, after she spoke out against them. Once she lost her head, the dragon went berserk. This whole time, they were the ones behind the dragon's poor reputation, and planned this whole fight from the beginning. Akamaku's deceit knows no bound. He even pretends to have a body by wearing fake horns and a red cloak to fool the crowd and manipulate them into thinking he's trustworthy. The dragon's human counterpart is shown before dying. She might have been someone who's combined with the dragon, much in the same way that Toby can combine with Noppo in the manga. What's also interesting about this is that she looks very familiar to the character Ryuko Shiratama, which her name can be translated to Dragon's Descendant. Just like how Toby jumped in for Ryuko, she comes to Toby's aid, transforming into a headless dragon before defeating Akamaku. This only scratches the surface of the story being told, so if you want to know more, click on my EVE playlist. And until next time, take care.